It's the Daily Talk Show, episode 677.
Happy Monday, Gronks. What's happening? What's going on? Happy Easter Monday.
I want to know, how's your underarm hair going?
Oh, yeah, it's smooth. It's smooth, and I think it's less smelly.
Really?
Like, I think it is.
Could we do a blind test? Could we get either Bodie or Amy just to, you could provide them with two hands or two fingers?
Yeah, I'll give. I haven't put deodorant on today because I wanted to test it tonight.
Oh, you cheeky dog. Sounds like you in the office, guys. Didn't put deodorant on today.
And so, so tonight, this afternoon, just give it a full sort of 12-hour day of just sitting around the house where I'm just sweating. But it does. It feels kind of nice. I don't mind having no underarm hair.
It's not prickly
yet.
It's
It's redundant. What the hell's underarm hair for? What's hair for? I mean, hair's to keep you warm, right?
Keep you warm, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, but the hair Josh and I have on our backs is excessive. So
Could get rid of it.
That's just cruel, Mother Nature.
I used a hair mask last night.
Hair mask?
Did you?
How do you mask your hair? Like it?
So it's just it apparently replaces conditioner, and it's one of those what is it called? A Bondi Boost products. You know, where you got the whole kit.
Oh yeah.
To sort of save my hair during sort of this time.
Oh my God! I saw a guy in LA who had it looked like a helmet, and then he lifted it up and it had ultraviolet or light, some kind of light underneath it that was going down onto his scalp, and he said,
"Really?
You know, we'll try anything to save this." And he's
He's a
really, he's a really attractive dude who's, just obviously going bald, and he's thinking, fuck, this is 60% of my attraction is my hair, and I need it.
Really?
So I understand.
Do you remember if the light was red?
It might, maybe red.
Because there's meant to be like...
It was either red or blue.
Therapy,
It was red or
which
blue.
is meant to help. Yeah, okay.
It was, yeah. Then maybe it was. Red or blue.
George, what's your...
Did the hair mask work, Josh?
No, yeah, so it did something. Like my hair felt very voluminous this morning.
Okay.
That's good. George, what deodorant do you use? What type?
It's just a Nivea roll-on. I don't use the spray-on. Speaking of BO though, I've changed my setup here in the office, and because I wanted to use the window as lighting, not your lights. They're great, but they make me look too warm with this webcam. Mm-hmm. And I moved the curtains. I reckon they're stained with some BO smell.
Really?
Really?
Well, you know who that has to be Sebs.
That's so annoying because that's me down there. Yeah.
As soon as I moved,
what is it?
Whoa, what is that?
No, sorry,
what does it smell
George.
like?
To be fair, we got
Smells like
those from these from some random dude's joint who had converted his house into a store. Yeah, but they did have a smell. They smelt like they're probably from China. They've probably just been pushed out of some factory with God knows what.
It's very like a
God knows what.
Damp, dank smell.
They
quite
could be the
dark
start. They don't smell great. They were
I think
funny
it's actually I don't think it's to do with it coming from China. I think it has to do with the material that's used. I
was just saying where they came from. It's just some big factory in China. I'm sure they're using some material that's a bit random, and it's like some plastic or some shit, and it's been mass produced. What's wrong with that?
No, they're great.
What's wrong with that? I did see, Nivea, I see what you're trying to push towards, but it's Trump calling the virus China's virus. I did see a guy talk about this stuff, and it's like the Spanish flu came from Spain, and so I'm not defending Trump calling it the Chinese virus, but I wonder if in the future it will be something that will be, the origin of the virus is what it's called, why it's called that. Yeah, it's interesting.
Sebs.
Spanish flu. What did I say? I said like the Spanish flu, yeah. But I see where you're trying to get me, Josh.
No, I wasn't trying to get you. But I just think it's got more to do. I think it's got more to do with like the actual material. I don't know but I get what you're saying. They
I'm just saying where it's manufactured. You get heaps of shit out of China that is made of random stuff. And so why does it smell? Because it's fucking made of random shit.
It could be me. I'm just guessing it's the curtain.
Nah, it's not you. You know the thing about you, George? I asked you if you had any deodorant, and you offered up your roll-on. I thought that was
really?
courageous.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
are you still
silly.
shaking hands nowadays, George, as well?
Oh yeah.
That was pre-lockdown.
Yeah.
I mean, for anyone to offer chewing gum these days, or even deodorant, roll-on, no, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely not. Sevs,
It's the closest thing to sharing milk. I don't want to share milk with people.
no dairy.
Nor roll.
Get your own milkshake. Yeah. Hey Sevs, the comedy, the comedy review, watching a movie and giving us a review. How are you going with it?
Yeah, good. I'm gonna actually have to build in like a movie a night or every second night or whatever to keep up with this. But yeah, Grace and I watched Step Brothers last night. It was the first time I've seen the movie.
Okay.
It was pretty.
That's heaven.
Can you treat this a little bit more like a review? This is sort of too casual.
Okay.
Just sort of set it up. What happened? Who were the characters?
Oh man, I can't even remember the characters. Will Ferrell plays. Oh, what's his name?
One of the brothers.
I can't remember the other blokes. One of the brothers, and then John C. Reilly plays the other stepbrother.
Riley. Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
We're not just going to accept you reading shit off IMDb if that's what you're going to do.
No, but I thought I mean, it's sort of that dumb humour that everyone finds funny, like a lot of fart jokes, a lot of dick and ball jokes.
When you say everyone, it sounds like it's sort of a bit below you. You don't find it funny?
A bit below me. No, I find it funny as well. Everyone enjoys it. I enjoy it.
Okay. Was it your sense of humour? Like, could you relate being a brother?
Well, no, I didn't put my balls on a drum kit, so.
It was a guitar, was it?
Did you?
No,
did
you
put your balls?
No, as in your balls.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
did you put your balls on anything?
So
did you ever do any ball-related humour as a child?
No. I think me and my brothers were pretty dialed in. The only fight that I've had was with my older brother Sam, and because I used to punch and hit him a while ago, and he never hit back. And then this one time he decided to hit back, and then it scared the shit out of me. So
you never did it again.
Yeah.
And so, what do you think? Yeah, give us like, what's the plot? I can't even remember.
What's the plot? Well, so I mean, the two parents get married and they move in together, and they both have kids that live at home with them, and so they come together and they all live in the same house. And at first they don't like each other, but then as they meet the rest of the family, they realize that they have a lot more in common, and they start to like each other and get up to all sorts of like, yeah, just dumb stuff.
Mischief.
Yeah, but the kids are 40. Can I just say that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, 40, don't have jobs, live at home, don't do anything. Yeah, I liked it. It was a good movie. It was funny.
I mean, this is starting to sound like the potential of you in 10 years' time.
Yeah.
Just still at home with your brothers. There could be. I mean, it's never too late for the ball stuff to start happening around the house. I love the bit where one of them jumps on the bunk bed and it falls through onto the other one. Oh
yeah, that was funny. The car scene, I get the car scene reference now.
Oh, so it was Step Brothers.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's another sentence that everyone refers to all the time that I finally understood now, but I can't remember what it is.
Well, were you using my drum kit one? It's like you're sweating or whatever. Now I was watching Cops. That's funny.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Mason, it's the Catalina wine mixer. There's like, have you that part about? That's a lot of people have referred to that shit in pop culture. I mean, this is when did that film come out? 2009.
Yeah,
2009. That's a long time ago. But there's nothing better than when you haven't seen a movie that was great. I wish I could forget movies and then watch them again. Mm-hmm. Like actually just sort of... I love it when you're seeing a movie again that you think you haven't watched, but then you realise you had, but you've forgotten most of it. I wish there was some tablet you could take so you could watch... Like I remember when I watched Taken for the first time. Mm. Oh, it was just we didn't have any sort of idea of what it was going to be like, and we're just like, this is the best thing I've ever fucking seen.
I just find movies can be quite annoying though, like scenes where the characters are doing stuff that you have to sort of remove your what is it called? Suspend disbelief. Like Brie and I watched The Father's Bride, I think it's called. The Father's Bride or something like that. It's got Steve Martin in it. I like Steve Martin as an actor, so I said, yeah, sure, let's watch it. And there was just a few scenes where it was a bit silly, and I'm like, well, this is just ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, have you seen Step Brothers, Josh?
Yeah,
super silly. Like, I mean, if you're watching anything about of Will Ferrell, he's so silly. Like Elf is the silliest thing ever. But I think, I mean, yeah, movies aren't real. They're not docos. So it's you can give them a bit of slack.
Shannon says Father of the Bride. What did I say? I think I said that, didn't I?
Can't remember.
Something
Grace
like
has got the reference though. Y'all don't say that.
Y'all don't say that.
Oh yeah.
Did we just become best friends?
Yeah, it's also
a good one.
Yeah, lots of good lines out of films.
And so, TJ, are you doing anything different with it being the long weekend?
I mean, other than just spending most of my time, like I said yesterday, which has continued, is fending Bodhi off from the chocolate. Last night, I heard Bodhi had run upstairs, and I went up to go into our room. He's locked our door. So he's worked out how to lock our door from the inside, and then I went in, and he's worked out how to get the remote, turn on Netflix, and he turned on Catboy, and he's in bed by himself. And I said, what? I was so impressed, but also a little bit annoyed, but more impressed, because I said, why did you lock the door? And I was really hoping that he was like, yeah, so that you guys couldn't come in so I could watch Netflix. And he basically said that. I was like, that's clever. I'm going to pay that, but I'm annoyed.
It's like the Will Ferrell, the anchor man. You ate the whole wheel of cheese? I'm not annoyed. I'm just impressed. George, you know that reference, don't you?
And then this morning,
can't remember the
Josh, I went into Bodhi's room, and he's lying in bed, and he's got probably 15 chocolates, and he's just in bed eating chocolate. This is before.
Is he still shitting his pants?
No, he doesn't shit his pants.
Okay.
Anymore. He's pretty much toilet trained. He pissed himself last night, but he was on the way to go to the toilet and got distracted. And I would piss myself if that was the case. Like if I got a phone call and I was walking to the toilet, I'd probably piss myself.
I feel like you would be thriving in stopping him from eating the chocolate. It sounds like the edibles all over again. You hiding shit, fucking fights around where you've hidden it.
Yeah, I mean, that experience was like I was dealing with a 3-year-old who was blowing up that he didn't have more chocolate. It was almost the same, but they were gummies. No, it's hard. It's so annoying because he doesn't get it. He just wants sugar. Just wants it.
Where did you keep the chocolate? How did he find it?
He came down, got a chair. I hear this grrr, dragging a chair across the ground. Gets up into the pantry, and so he can't get to the height of the fridge, and there's chocolate up there. But yeah, it's no good, boys. It's no good.
So better hiding. You're not open to sort of harder hiding positions?
Oh, I mean, I didn't think you'd go this hard. So now I just have to put it up high and he won't be able to get it. So, yeah, it is. I just need a better hiding spot.
And so are you watching Netflix or something, or is this your weekend?
Me? It's, what does it involve? Last night, what did we do? We just went for lots of walks, trying to get him out. We just went to explore in Warrandyte, which is a nice, like along the Yarra River.
What's going on in Warrandyte?
Oh, not much. Just
I think that's where the ducks were potentially.
Kookaburras.
No, you didn't go to Warrandyte, did you?
Unless you walked 20k,
it's
30k.
It's like a 15-20 minute drive.
It was very it felt very suburban where I ended up. Like,
did you just walk from your place though?
Yeah, it wouldn't have been Warrandyte.
Yes,
Warrandyte is it Knox, isn't it? Is that near where I used to live?
It's on the Yarra River. It's further up. It's Templestowe, Warrandyte.
It's like Doncaster. You go through Doncaster or whatever and past like Aqualink or.
Near Alpha.
Yeah, I found some good spots. There's lots of birds out there. You'd actually thrive. There was a bird pecking it into this big sort of hollowed tree that was a cockatoo. You need a long.
You went to
lens,
Clifton Hill, Josh.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, but that's just walking. Just lots of walks. Had a fire last night again. That was nice.
How's that? Because Amy was pushing back on the fire. Is she back on board?
I mean, she doesn't do anything for the fire. I just do the fire. But I think I like the fire more than Amy likes the fire. And I'm trying to get Bodhi around the fire. But usually to do that, it requires some screen. He even knows it. Get the tablet. Get the tablet.
Oh, so he need like I thought you meant like a fire screen, like a shield. You mean?
Oh
like
no, like a legit. Like we were watching monster trucks on my phone, and he watched that video that Ramble Campbell made about 70 times, and he loves the bit where it says Bodhi, and he just loses it.
And so,
it's very cute.
When he's using the screens more, does he then, at the other end of that, when the screens are gone, is he more feral?
Oh yeah, it's mate. There is nothing good about Easter weekend for a child. It's just like chocolate, and then if they are watching TV, it's a slippery slope. But no, you try and balance it with out and about walking.
Does he ever have days where he has no screen time during a whole day?
Yeah, most weekdays.
Oh, that's good.
Like he's not allowed any screen at night during the week. Like he's never watching Netflix. Like he comes in now.
Nothing after 10 p.m.
Comes in and tells us off. Like last night, put him to bed and came in was saying, "Don't you're not allowed to watch a movie," and he was trying to tell us to turn off the movie.
What'd you say to him? I know what I'd say.
What would you say?
I'd say, "Fuck off, go to bed." What did you say?
No, go back to sleep. It's just I don't delve into it.
Yeah,
they just do what you like. If we tell him not to do it, he's telling us not to do it. But I've got another saying and origin word for the day.
Oh,
so the saying is, which is what I did with Bodhi, caught red-handed. Anyone know
blood on your hands?
Blood on your hands.
Okay, I reckon.
George.
I think that back in the day they used to use a red ink within the context of money. I think that banks and stuff had this ink. And so if you would steal it, there would be an ink bomb or something similar that would go off. And so it was very hard to get off. And so you'd be caught red-handed.
Yeah, I think they've still got those ink bombs. I was so curious. I was so fascinated about those.
There was like that movie, before you give us the answer, do you remember that movie where they straight away put the money bags from the bank into, like, submerge it into water to kill all the GPS devices?
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Oh, really?
But I mean, do you think bank robberies are gone for sure? Like, who's robbing a bank nowadays?
It's probably easier trying to get fucking Nana and the Burbs to hand over a couple of hundred
on PayPal.
Yeah.
Okay, George, you're the closest. So the meaning, to be caught doing something wrong. The history, the saying originated because of a law. If someone butchered an animal that didn't belong to him or her, he had to be caught with the animal's blood on his hands to be convicted. Being caught with freshly cut meat did not make the person guilty. So you could have a nice steak, but if you didn't have blood on your hands, you could keep the steak. But then there's no cow. The cow's gone missing. You've got a steak, but there's no blood. It's caught red-handed, guys.
That's
caught red-handed.
What are we doing with our fancy dress for Friday? Have we made a decision?
Well, we've just sent out the email last night, so we'll I reckon Wednesday we lock it in. Wednesday gives us 2 solid days. Wednesday, 11 a.m. Or should we wait till 4? 11 a.m. We could just lock it in.
We can do it at 11
a
a.m. We'll have enough by then.
We'll lock in the exact dress code. Or
yeah.
So I wonder if we'll see a drop off,
like a fancy theme or something like that.
Do you think we'll see? Like, I think dress up parties divide people. You're either fully commit, or you just don't go. It's a
Is there a
great
punishment if you don't dress up?
Well, this is the risk, isn't it? This is where people don't enjoy it.
You need to be ruthless. If someone's
well,
not dressed
I think
up,
it's a Gronk move not to dress up, but then that's fair game.
There's a waiting room. I wonder if George could be in the waiting room, like if we could have security at the room door. And so George has to check to make sure they're sort of in some form of costume.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Can you actually see in the waiting room, or is it just...
I don't know. We might have to set up 2 rooms.
I think we might.
So a pre-room and then they get sort of brought into the bigger room. It's a lot of work.
Sounds like a bit of a nightmare, to be honest. Yeah. What if we just kick him out if they come in without one?
Well, I think they've got to go get something. How about they go? What did you put on your head in that video, Josh? When in the
box,
video box.
Yeah, you got to go put some box on your head. You got to you got to come back with pizza shapes on your head, or a milk carton. I don't know, something. You have to just get fancy if you've forgotten. I think it's because from the shoulders up, you got to at least jazz it up.
No, I get
but we'll come back. We'll definitely lock that in on Wednesday.
Okay,
pumped for that.
Admin wise, I've also resurrected the book club.
Oh, it's good.
Oh, great.
I saw you using a Kindle. Did you have the hard copy, or it didn't come through?
No, I never got the hard copy, and so I was. I felt like I'd left it too late, so I've gone the Kindle. But no, I was reading another book yesterday, and I thought, this is ridiculous. Why am I reading another book? I'm a fucking president of a book club. I've told people about a book. Let's get our shit together. And so the book club is on. And so I was thinking, initially I was thinking the 25th, Saturday the 25th, to have the book club meeting, the Zoom call. But I'm also wary that with everyone's schedules changed, maybe a midweek thing is more possible. Like maybe a Wednesday is actually gives people something else to look forward to, you know?
Lunchtime. I mean, a lot of people have more time on their hands.
Yeah.
Where are you going? You're not travelling. You're not
Definitely
going overseas. No, I think it's... is anything good that has come from the advice trap?
I literally just started it this morning.
Oh, okay.
So it's early days. I mean, I think that... too early.
So we just want to confirm that the book is The Advice Trap by Michael Bungay-Stanier.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Great. I wasn't sure if we've fully communicated that.
So the thing is, George, is your mum's bookshop still open?
Yeah, they are. They're doing deliveries, I think, pretty much only.
So if you're near the Byron area, you can get the book there.
If you're in the Byron Shire, they'll deliver for free the same day.
Right.
But if you're anywhere else in Australia, it's just normal postage.
And it's the
Grace bought it like a month ago. She hasn't even started. Well, she probably has.
How do you know she hasn't started?
Yeah, she probably has. But maybe she was waiting for you to start.
How do you know she hasn't started?
As president. Because she told me.
Where?
It's on...
She didn't. Grace, have you started the book yet?
No, it's time. It's 13 days.
I don't think Grace is reading that book yet.
She wouldn't have.
No.
I feel like Sebs would know more than you, though, George.
Are you disappointed that I've been told stuff and you haven't?
No,
but it's not true. That's why I thought it was funny. Just like you spinning shit.
Yeah, Dodgy George. Is it true that the barista from your mum's bookshop is actually hand delivering these books around the Shire?
Yeah, he will be. Yeah, Marley. He'll be riding around on his bike. That'd be great.
Does he get a coffee machine, an espresso machine on his back? That'd be great. Just a little battery powered one.
Obviously, no.
So, what are you excited for the book, Josh?
Look, I'm excited about just having. I think that I'd been pushing back on the book because I was like, I didn't want to. With everything that was happening, it felt like it was a little bit like it's all obviously about leadership, and I associated it a lot with work. And so, what I'm excited about is framing it in the more sort of everyday listening, leading, rather than the context of a work environment.
Great.
I think it would be a good book.
That sounds exciting.
I don't have a Kindle.
Well, the good thing is, I don't know. So I don't know whether this is good for the author or not. But if you go down the Kindle realm, I didn't do it, but if you're part of their Kindle program where it's like you pay $13 a month, the book is on the free. Like, is free. I don't understand how that works. I guess it's like the Netflix of books.
I mean, it's Audible are offering the like a free credits or something.
Well, Audible do that with everything. If you sign up for Audible, your first book's free.
Yeah. So is it on? Have they got an audio version of it?
Why is that so funny, George?
I don't know. It just sounded a bit like a live read then.
Sorry. I know you're sensitive about we might talk it. We'll shut that down.
Okay. No pay, no say.
What about libraries? George. Could you, I think like libraries, was it Emma telling us about the using some sort of library app to hire books?
Yeah. There's a bunch of...
yeah.
How do you get them? Where do they come to?
So they go on to your phone app. Yeah.
Oh,
Are you more comfortable with that, George?
That sounds good. Yeah, library's great. Yeah. Borrow it.
It's the Amazon thing that you have issues with.
Yeah.
Big business.
Yeah.
Doesn't get around big business. Hey, I was
book,
just reading...
Jack's asking in the chat, what's the book? It's called The Advice Trap by Michael Bungay-Stanier. Emma says, yes, I use BorrowBox.
BorrowBox.
Grace says she hasn't started yet. She's waiting for you, Josh.
Okay. Well, I've started today, so let's... Are you going to read it, Sebs? I mean, you just bought a Kindle.
Yeah, I should probably read it.
I think it'll be a great book. I don't have access to it. How could I access it?
Well, yeah, you just use your iPhone, the Kindle app on iPhone.
Oh, God.
You got an iPad?
Which iPhone?
I should have got the iPhone.
Which iPhone?
11 Pro. I should have got the Pro, bigger screen. Now,
you've got an iPad though, don't you? Isn't that what Bodhi uses?
Oh, yeah, fuck. I haven't plugged that thing in years. It's like one of the original ones. Do you think
it's like actually reading a book?
No, but I don't know if I... Yeah, maybe if I could... Yeah, it would feel the weight of a book. Do you think I could still access the App Store on it?
Yeah, it wouldn't require much at all.
Right, maybe I could do that then. I was just reading this, guys. The federal government now reckons all international travel might be off until 2021.
Whoa.
That's phenomenal. Dude,
is that international, did you just say? International
travel, International travel. Like, you think about it when you're at an airport, you fly through Singapore or something, and you've got all these people who are transiting on to another destination, or like people just are from everywhere in one location. When's that happening? It doesn't seem like it's going to happen anytime soon.
Well, even just seeing any film where there's a congregation of people, it's freaky. You're like, guys, stop! What are you doing? Kissing and hugging. It's a nightmare. Isn't that crazy to think?
Yeah.
That like kissing and hugging is going to sort of be a weird thing.
Yeah.
I mean, what about for single people? Do you need the test? Do you need a... have you had the coronavirus test before I
like an STI sort of thing? Is that common? Is like if you're starting to date someone, STI tests?
I mean, if you're a root rat, then maybe it's worth just doing the due diligence. But I mean, are you saying like you meet someone, you're like, yep, let's get you tested before we move.
Well, I feel like it has to come from the root rat.
It's a bit of a buzzkill. Does a root rat think they're a root rat?
Did you think you were a root rat?
Nah, I wasn't a root rat.
Okay.
No root rat. Not a root rat. Just I don't know what animal I was, but I was definitely not a rat, if that's what you're trying to call me. Nah.
It's the year of the rat,
George.
Is it really?
Is it?
Yeah, it's the year of the rat.
Rats get a bad...
There you go.
They get a bad rap.
Mm-hmm.
There is a bunch of animals that get bad raps.
Bats?
Rats are one of them. Bats are fucked. I mean... Yeah, but maybe they're sweet. Maybe they're little sweeties. Like, in terms of rats are clean. We think rats are dirty, right?
They're cleaner than mice, I believe.
Are they?
How do you know that?
I just remember that I think my mum had a pet rat and she said that they're actually cleaner than mice.
So, mice and rats are fastidiously clean animals, grooming themselves several times a day. In fact, rats and mice are less likely than dogs or cats to catch and transmit parasites and viruses. Fuck, I mean, and you let your dog sleep in your bed. I mean, not me personally, but I have in the past. It's, That's full
I
on.
mean, if it wasn't for rats, how many like vaccines and stuff would there not be potentially? Because they have to test all that stuff. Suppose they just do it on a different animal. Yeah.
Emma, yes, George's mum's name is Kaz. She says, is George's mum's name Karen, or do I just call her George's mum, writing her a note in the checkout? Ha ha.
Oh,
yes, it is,
great.
it is Kaz. That's great.
Kaz or Karen, up to you.
And just write fuck Amazon in it. She'll get a pass out of that.
Do that. 20% discount if you do that.
And then say George said that.
Yeah. George said that. I wonder have you seen about the coronavirus? Apparently, like cats can get it. And so they don't know yet whether cats can pass it on to people.
That's annoying. I mean, I haven't been a fan of cats myself. I know you've got one, George. What's your pussy's name?
Spencer. Love him to bits.
Spencer.
There was a lot of cat stuff going on in the drinks the other night.
Friday night.
You guys missed it. Yeah.
Why, how did I miss it? How did we miss this? Is it in the actual chat? Fuck, it's hard to manage.
Yeah, I know.
The chat was going hard.
There was something like 100. There were more than like 100 messages in there.
Mm-hmm.
Just every time I looked at it, it was like 95 messages unread.
It was going off. Yeah.
Should we be spending more time in the chat? I just feel like it could be quite distracting.
Too hard.
Nah.
Way too hard.
Nah, don't worry about it. It's for the people that aren't muted. I mean, that are muted.
Are muted, yeah.
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 Okay. I've been getting
Alexandra's just dropped a big bombshell.
Baker.
Rats did cause the bubonic plague.
I don't know about that plague. What's that plague?
Yeah.
How do you guys consider, George? I feel like you'd be good at.
Sorry, I've just googled that rats may not be to blame for spreading the Black Death.
Oh, really?
Is this black plague?
Which
bubonic?
Yeah.
Oh God.
George, do you know much about history?
Not really. No.
More of a future guy, or what's your deal?
No, not really that either. I don't know much about anything.
You live in the now, do you?
Yeah, you live in the now.
No, not even.
Do you have like a George? Do you have like a
delay?
Are you like well educated in a certain area? Like, is there something that you'd know more than any of us?
Are you losing your core strength, Tommy, because you're slowly moving further and further?
I'm actually quite warm. I'm really warm. I feel good. George, is there anything that you're much more savvy on than us?
Yeah, what do you know, George? Impress us.
Australian comedy icons from the mid-2000s to now.
Really?
No, way more than you guys.
How many kids does Peter Hellier have?
I want to say 5.
Okay. What was the film that he made?
It was I Love You Too.
Who starred in it?
That guy, what was his name? Can't remember his name. Yeah, I can't remember that guy's name. Do you know his name?
No.
Pete Hellier starred in it, obviously. And
yeah.
And the other guy, dark hair.
Peter Hellier played a character on Skit House where he drank a certain drink to look popular. Which drink was it?
Oh, that's a great one. Was it?
It's very easy.
Was it beer?
Yes. It was.
And he kept sculling it and pouring it on it.
I'm loving this. It's like 97 on Friday night drinks. Actually, I could get around this gin.
Yeah.
These are good questions.
Another question for George. They were great. I like seeing them.
Name 3 people from the comedy company.
From the comedy company.
It's probably that's not 2000.
That's too old.
That's prior.
Maybe 3 people from Working Dog.
Oh yeah.
Go. You asked the question.
Glenn Robbins.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh no.
You know this.
I've gone blank.
Starts
Come on,
with S.
mate.
Think of soccer.
Think of soccer. I've gone blank. Chilara.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's his name?
Santo.
Santo.
There's 2.
Did you say
awful.
Who did you say first?
Glenn Robbins.
Glenn Robbins.
Russell Coit.
Oh, come on, mate. You got this. Russell Coit.
Santo Chilaro and
this is your specialty.
What about... come on, mate.
I've gone blank.
What about the guy
this
that
does
hosts?
happen to you, doesn't it?
Tom Gleeson. Not Tom Gleeson. Tom
Gleisner.
Tom Gleisner.
Is he the one that hosts?
That's embarrassing.
So
Have you been paying attention?
Mm-hmm.
There's also the brothers.
Isn't is Amanda in there?
Name 5 comedians that were on Thank God You're Here.
That's a good one.
Jane Kennedy's
Akmal
the other one.
Saleh, Hamish Blake, Frank Woodley, Ed Cavalier.
Mm-hmm.
Does he count? He was cast.
Yeah, he counts. Yeah.
And Husey.
Yeah.
He
They're
probably
all
did
there.
one.
Okay, I've got a book here. Mum Had a Kingswood was the memoir of which comedian?
Don't know.
Rosso.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
Don't know much
you've
about
got a bit of
American
work
Rosso,
to do.
really. I do.
You did better than I would have.
Anything else you know, George, or think you know?
No, that's it.
What about Premiere Pro shortcuts? What's your favourite?
Well, I've customised all mine, so I probably don't know the defaults.
What are some good ones? What would you change them to?
All right. Well, this is boring.
No, this is good.
People. No, go on.
No, this is good. The people are loving it. We've dropped a couple of live viewers, but that's all right.
Well, my favourites are cut or add edit. Just make that C. I've changed my J, K, and L to F, D, and S. So I use my left hand.
Okay.
And what else? E.
How do you ripple delete?
Nudge the clip up. Ripple delete. It's just
You're using Q and W or
shift delete. No, I don't use shift and W.
I use Shift A for making a cut, but maybe that's a good one. Maybe I don't need to be doing using the shift.
And the
No, I just go one.
yeah, well,
one
you've
finger
got me
forward.
on that as well now. I'm using your shortcut Shift A for cuts.
Shift A is so hard.
I like
George,
the idea of just being a one
button
key.
guy.
Yeah, one button. No, that's really fun.
George, do you get excited about editing?
I do. I love it. I love it when you're on a roll and you know exactly what's going to happen, and you just your heart rate starts going a bit because you're excited.
Mm.
But I hate it when it's draining, and it's like you've spent a week doing something that is just killing you, and you're not into it. And
What
so,
was
yeah,
your
it's
heart
draining
rate
sometimes.
during Georgie Boy's Hump Day replay? What do you reckon you peaked at?
Well, it was good at about midday,
Mm-hmm.
and then when I tried to do my humps, then it went bad. And I had about,
You
bad for me.
had about
flatlined.
and I had about an hour to just redo the whole thing with the new music and stuff. But then it's all good. I actually like the music. I might keep the music as like a consistent.
Yeah, I like
sort
it.
of that could be like
The
the theme.
People are loving the tech chat. Grace says, tech chat, love it. Jem Watts has joined. G'day, Queen Gronk. Ian says, is this a lunch and learn session? We could get around. We could each teach something. If we were to teach something, so if we did once a week and one of us had to teach something and we had to commit right now to what that was, George, what would you make your session? It has to go for about 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
What you think, is that short or long?
Yeah, I guess you got to start planning it out then. I reckon like a little syllabus sort of thing, so you know what you're gonna talk through.
But that's So if we can sort of start with the title, it's a bit like the comedy festival. You need to dial in the title and the photo and the bio before you have all the content. What does it look like? Do you think? Sell it in.
Deconstructing Chris Lilly's characters from We Can Be Heroes.
Okay, I love that.
45 minutes on that.
I like that.
That's very good. That's going to be a great one. In fact, it feels like
What
Chris
do you
Lilly.
deconstruct? What do you actually...
Don't you think the tides turn? Like, I feel like there's a bunch of people who love hating on Chris Lilly nowadays. It's become a thing. I don't understand. Like, I don't
understand it.
I think he's hilarious.
He's great.
He's the best.
Yeah.
And what are they hating on?
Are they just his cultural appropriate, like, all that stuff. Which I feel like at the time, no, I don't know.
He's a comedian.
Yeah,
he's a fucking comedian. He's just finding humour in something.
Sevs, what's your lunch and learn?
Jem in the comments said Sevs could teach us how to make the perfect green smoothie.
Oh yeah,
great
so
idea.
That could be one.
Yeah.
The other,
I don't know. You'd have to bloody pat it out for 45 minutes.
yeah, I know.
You could actually. No, you know what? If you actually cleaned your smoothie machine after, you might tap it out to 45.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and put away all the stuff. Yeah. What would I do? It'd be tech related. Maybe. Oh yeah, you could talk 40. You could talk 45 minutes on. Yeah, I could. I could talk 45 minutes on like bunch of like the internet stuff around like encryption and VPNs and DNS and.
That's good.
Just real entertaining stuff.
Do you remember your catch cry in LA was real men eat ass? I was just thinking about that.
My catch cry. Yeah.
I'm pretty
For
sure
a guy who loves
it.
VPNs and fucking all that sort of stuff, it's pretty funny. You were running around LA fucking screaming that out. It's funny.
I was running.
TJ, what would yours be?
That's a great one. I could do building a fire. So like all the different types. So you TP, got your sort of like cross stitch one. Yeah, I've got lots of different ways, and we could build out how to do the paper.
Grace has just said in the chat, "OMG, I'm so excited." I don't know what that was referring to, but I think it was. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd
like
actually
that.
love to learn how to make a fire because I'm shit at making fires.
You couldn't do it?
No, I can't do it. No.
Oh, I have faith in you. You could, George. If you can edit like you do, you could find the same approach and
I just chuck heaps of paper in it. Yeah, just fill it up with paper, get it real smoky.
Yeah. It seems
I'm
like
so impatient. I don't put the paper in. I feel like you have to be patient to put the paper in. No?
Yeah, it's hard to get a fire going with zero paper unless you had like some kind of, straw or something.
Did you want to borrow my book, TJ?
What for?
Well, it's all about like it's got all the fire stuff baked in, or do you feel like you've got it all?
I think I've been playing with fire since I was very, very young.
Maybe you could do arson. I feel like 101.
Yeah, arson 101.
How to burn down your teacher's shed. 3 easy steps. And make it look like Carol did it.
Arson.
Carol Baskin.
Yeah.
Oh, Grace in the comments has just said she was saying she's excited for Gemma dancing with Mr. G, not my catch cry. Real men eat ass.
Okay, yeah. No, good.
Bad timing.
Yeah,
what were you going to say, George?
You know how there was a new Tiger King episode that came out on Netflix?
No.
I watched it. It's great.
Don't watch it. Did you watch it?
No, it's great. I loved it.
I turned it off.
Did it come out yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, it came out yesterday.
It's a Zoom call.
Yeah, but I broke it down a bit.
VMix.
I think what they've done is, what they've done is they're all wearing AirPods. I think the premise is that you're in isolation, so everyone's sort of at home anyway. And I reckon they sent out iPhone 11s or something similar to all of these people around the world, or some are in America. There's one guy over in the Netherlands, and got them to set it up, and then they've done a call. But I thought it was quite clever. They all had their AirPods in, and the audio was pretty good. And it was what's his name? What's that guy's name? The comedian that was hosting it. George.
Oh, really?
Surely. Yeah.
To be honest, I didn't even give it a chance.
You did.
I mean, it's interesting. You're hearing about, you hear the guy who watched that dude kill himself by accident.
Oh, right. Yeah, that would be heavy.
Wait, he killed himself by accident?
About that. Well, he didn't.
John
do it.
McHale was the comedian. The person hosting it.
I thought he killed himself on purpose. That's news to me. So, was he being
funny? No, he never did it on purpose.
Okay.
No, he never did it on purpose.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I thought
he...
100%. In the documentary, I didn't think that either. So in the documentary, he said to him, don't point that gun at me. And the guy says, it won't fire it doesn't have a cartridge in it, and these guns don't fire without a cartridge. And he goes, look, and puts it to his head, pulls the trigger, and it killed him. Yeah. And he didn't realise he was doing it.
I thought
that's exactly what happened.
The way that they set it up was he committed suicide. That was because he went down that was definitely a setup for committing suicide. Like he's getting all sad and like just going into a big.
Yeah. Do you not think it's like the whole suicide by cop thing? Like, you know, people. Like he was doing something very silly. Like Steve Martin silly.
Yeah, I thought he was doing something really silly. That's all I took from it. I know what you mean. The narrative they were spinning was like he was sad and whatever. It was all very sad. Just the whole Tiger Park was sad. But no, and he reiterates in it. He's like, he wasn't trying to kill himself. He literally, he said he looked at it. He said he was looking him in the eyes when he did it, and he said you can tell that there was a moment where he's like, oh fuck. Like for a split second after he did it, he's like, oh no, it's horrible. Jeez. It was really dark.
Okay,
but it's quite fun. It's quite funny the hosting of it. He's quite John McKay. What's his name? John McKay. John someone.
John McHale. Yeah. Joel McHale.
Joel McHale.
But did you see Brad Blanks did a great interview with the Rick guy?
Yeah, he's in it too. Rick, he's funny. Yeah. They're all so famous now. Like they all can't. Like they go to Walmart, they're just stopped. Even in the pandemic, that people are wanting to take photos with them. It's like they want to get close and give him a hug, and he's over in the Netherlands, I think.
No, in guy. Norway.
Norway, yeah. Isn't that not the Netherlands? That's not the Netherlands?
No.
No, it's not the Netherlands. Anyway,
when someone asks a question, it's like catches you off guard. And it's like, fuck, maybe Norway is in the Netherlands.
Anyway, he's getting stopped over there from this doco.
Yeah,
he's
absolutely loving it. He also says that if Joe Exotic had done what he'd told him to do, Joe would be really, really famous, but he would not be in jail. He could be like Steve Irwin.
It's all a bit weird, dude.
Dead, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Jesus. All right, George.
Sorry.
So, who too? Sorry, Steve. Anyway.
Yeah, sorry, Steve.
All right, boys. I got to go pick up the kid.
Yeah, I think that you've sort of fucked.
Yeah, we'll just end it on that. Yeah.
All right. It's a daily talk show. Enjoy the Facebook group that we've got set up. It's if you go onto Facebook and you search the Daily Talk Show, there is a group. You just have to answer the question, who is Queen Gronk? It's Gem, obviously. And join in. We're trying to get convos happening. The Gronks have actually done a better job than we have in actually populating it with things. But I think that's it's a good place to sort of kick on every day. Great.
It seems to be on fire in the comments too on YouTube where we're live streaming this.
Yeah, it's great.
Butterbean's at it again.
Yeah. Grace says, that's heavy, George.
Sorry, Grace. It was right there for me to say. I should have kept my mouth shut. But
sort of a guy that likes Chris Lilly, hey? Just a bit off. All right, we'll see you at 4 p.m, guys. Have a good one.
See you guys.